Welcome to Backyard Family Fun, the podcast from Pride Pool Spas and Leisure Products in Claxton and Savannah, Georgia. Celebrating 50 years serving our community, this family-owned business has spent decades helping create memories that last a lifetime. Whether you're a pool owner, a spa lover, or just looking to turn your outdoor space into a true retreat, we've got you covered right here on the Backyard Family Fun podcast. And as a crazy awesome deal for our Backyard Family Fun podcast fans, you get 10% off anything inside either location in Claxton and Savannah, excluding pools, hot tubs, or saunas when you mention the podcast. That's all you have to do. Go and visit the Claxton or Savannah Pride pools, mention the podcast, and get 10% off. Now that's a reason to celebrate. Welcome back to Backyard Family Fun, brought to you by Pride Pool Spas and Leisure Products. I'm the producer, Dee Daniels, and I am just so excited to be back in Claxton for this episode and joined by Marshall Smith. Marshall, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dee, and always a pleasure.
Always a good time. I'm so glad we're back in Claxton. We're having some great end of the year weather, I feel like.
No doubt about it. You know, we had that little cool snap earlier on, but you know what? It's just kind of commonplace for Southeast Georgia. So we kind of prepare ourselves for that little ebb and flow until we get into the winter season.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. People are still, of course, very curious about what they would like to get at the end of the year. You know, a lot of end of the year sales going on.
Right.
A lot of things on the map for, you know, what we're dreaming about having in our backyard next year.
That's exactly right. And so I think we can provide all of the above. So, you know, absolutely. I'm excited to talk about some of those things today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of the things we're going to dive in today is about swim spas. And I'm so excited to have this conversation because I don't know much about swim spas. So I'm looking to you to sort of give us all of the details. But how new is this wave of swim spas?
Well, that's a good question. I would say that swim spas probably have made their biggest impact over the last 7 to 10 years. And I think that, you know, when consumers were in positions where they didn't have a lot of space in their backyard, they were looking for an alternative, right? So something else that would give them an option to say, okay, well, I don't have room for a swimming pool, but I've got enough room for something that's not quite as big, but would still give me those same benefits. And so, I think, again, 7 to 10 years would probably be a good benchmark of time when that product has kind of emerged over that period of time. So, and we've embraced it, and it's been a real popular segment of our business. Yeah,
for sure. I heard somebody describe the swim spa as an endless swimming experience.
That's right. And it can be.
Explain the technology behind it.
Well, and what I think the theory comes from endless means that if you've got the wherewithal and the ability to swim against that current, you can make it an endless swimming experience, quote unquote.
Yeah.
The technology is, the theory is based on, you know, a current of jet, of water movement, right? So if you've got a certain amount of a bank of jets in the swim spa that are delivering a certain amount of GPMs, and they're turning a certain amount of water, then it creates a current. And as that current is pushing itself, you know, from one end of the spa to the other, it gives you a current to swim against. And so, you know, basically that's the theory. What you're doing is you're creating a large bank of jets that's creating a huge flow of water. Would be like if you were giving you the resistance to swim against without swimming out of the spa. And so that's kind of the theory. The breakdown is we take a spa basically, and then we increase the size, and then increase the number of jets, and also increase that GPM, that gallon per minute flow, to give you that resistance to swim against. So in theory, that's kind of how it works. So
and it's pretty brilliant technology, especially if you're wanting to use this, for any sort of rehab, if you're wanting to use it for any sort of training,
That's right.
for your exercise in general. I
Sure.
mean, what fantastic exercise.
Well, it's the best of both worlds because you're getting the opportunity to either have the body of water up to temperature that gives you that spa mode if you want it, and then also have it to where you can swim against it. So it gives you that year-round environment that you would have otherwise, that you wouldn't have otherwise, maybe in a pool. And so, again, I see it as emotional. I see it as medicinal. I see it as therapeutic.
Yeah.
I see all the above that it gives consumers. That hopefully that peace of mind that they are getting that exercise and all the above, and you're able to do it year round. So, and the good news is it's got a thermostat built in, right? So if you're middle of the summer and you want to be out there in the middle of July and you want to be swimming and you don't want the water that warm, you just turn it down. So that's the beauty of this particular body of water and this swim spa capacity that it brings, is that you can adjust the temperature to suit your needs.
Yeah. So you talk about adjusting the temperature, and then you mentioned earlier about, the currents, and that being the technology that
Right.
you're sort of swimming up against. Can you adjust the currents as well?
Absolutely. Great question. And I would tell folks that, there are different sizes of swim spas, and there's, and with that comes different capacity of what can be delivered as well. So although you can take each individual swim spa and adjust that flow, you can also take a swim spa that maybe is not as big as one or the other, and it's going to have a little less capacity as well. So there's two different ways to look at that when it comes to flow adjustment, and knowing that you want to get the right resistance for you as an individual who's wanting to swim against that current. So there's a couple different ways, and yes, to answer that question, multiple ways to adjust that flow in the capacity or the body of water that you have. Or if you wanted to say, yeah, I don't want that big a swim spa, I'm going to do one a little bit smaller, and so that already is built in where the capacity is a little bit less than it would have been in the bigger one. So there's multiple ways to adjust that flow based on the size as well.
Right.
So,
Size was going to be my next question.
Yep.
Are there different models?
Sure.
How big is the range for the size?
That's a great question. So it ranges anywhere from, say, 12 feet up to like 19 feet in what we offer. So based on everything that's in that world, we find that the sweet spot is that 15 to 16 foot range is where most people are looking to land, as far as knowing they've got a spa that's big enough to swim and have what they're looking for as far as the current and capacity in the backyard. Whatever that looks like for each individual, we find that that's kind of the sweet spot. But the range is going to be anywhere from about 12 feet up to 19 feet. So.
Yeah,
and everything in between. So there's about 5 or 6 different models that you could get.
That's a nice range to be able to choose from.
It is.
And of course, I would imagine for a lot of folks, the size of your backyard, that's going to dictate, some of that.
It is. Absolutely. And so, and in the opening of the segment, we mentioned the reason why swim spas have become so popular is because of that same reason. If you don't have the capacity in your backyard to accept an in-ground swimming pool, then this is the alternative to that. And again, to me, it's the best of both worlds, because, whether you're empty nesters at home or whatever, and the kids aren't there, but you're still wanting that therapy or that swimming capacity, and you're limited in space, this fills that void perfectly. And so, size, I think, based on what you decide to choose, would be dictated based on that, the size of the yard, or accessibility to that yard as well. So, but typically, we use cranes, we use whatever it takes to get it into place. So that's not an issue when it comes to installation. So,
and what is you're talking about installation, which kind of brought up a question for me about what does the foundation, the base look like?
Right.
If I don't have the right, you sort of already foundation in my yard, can I still get a swim spa?
Yeah, sure you can. And I'll tell you this, because this is this unit's pretty big. It's heavy in itself. And then when you put 1,500 gallons of water in it, we've got a pretty heavy load here. So the ideal scenario is a concrete slab. And speaking of that, I mean, we are a one-stop shop, whereas a lot of people who may be offering, other companies that may be offering swim spas, we are kind of a one-stop shop for the swim spa. In other words, if you come to us and you're looking to invest in a swim spa, we're a one-stop shop. You come to us, we survey the backyard, we determine the accessibility, the capacity of the yard, and we can provide that service of, getting the slab poured, putting the electrical into place, having it delivered, all the above, so that when you come to us, it's a one-stop shop, and we can get specifically to what you want and create the space that it needs to be in as well. So kind of a one-stop shop is huge when it comes to a swim spa, because there's more to that than just, say, a traditional spa.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, gosh, that makes it so much easier.
It does.
I don't want to be in that position where I'm thinking, this is what I want to get. I know I need this. I know I want this, but I've got to call, 2 or 3 other people to come pour some concrete.
That's right.
And do this whole, and I don't, and boy, that just really streamlines the process.
Sure it does. Well, we saw the need because, any consumers that we've sold swim spas to, that's one of the first questions they ask. And when it comes to any of their due diligence in making sure that the swim spa is going to fit in their space, they've got the capacity to accept it from an electrical point of view, all of the above, because it's important. Because again, remember, this is kind of that alternative to, say, a pool that won't fit in the backyard, or if they've got a huge yard, but they decided they don't want a pool. They want a different body of water, because it gives you that beauty of heat and cool. And so, again, size of yard ends up being a big deal, and location. Finding the right spot to put it in is important as well. So, yes, we provide that service so that when you come in, when you're wanting a hot tub or a swim spa, I should say, we've got you covered.
Right.
Yep. You got it. So
yeah, that's amazing. And the year-round capability of that.
That's what I love about it.
Just huge.
Yeah. So, as we were speaking of earlier, being able to go out Christmas Day, New Year's Day, whatever the case is, even in Southeast Georgia, and to be able to swim in a body of water that's comfortable and it gives you peace of mind that you've got it year round. And middle of July, you don't want that heat up and you can turn it down. So having the thermostat built in to where you can control the water temperature is huge when it comes to just, consumer happiness and knowing that they're going to be able to go out any time of the year and enjoy it.
No doubt. Let's talk about the fun part of hydrotherapy, of wellness. I mean, of how people are using the swim spas. Some people use them daily for exercise or whatever the case may be, but there are so many, many benefits.
That's right. Obviously, I think when most people think of swim spa, it's the hydrotherapy, right? It's basically, because when you use the term swim spa, the term spa is built into that term, right? So I think when most people are considering a swim spa, they're seeing it from the hydrotherapy part, right? So they're going to get that body of water that they can have heated and be able to actually, and so they can use it for just the therapy part of it without even the swim side. So because typically we'll have swim spas that have seating capacities in them as well. And so they can just get in and soak and relax for the hydrotherapy of that water hydrotherapy is, I think, first and foremost. I think the second piece is the swimming aspect of it and being able to get that exercise along with the hydrotherapy is I think second, or could be first in some people's eyes. But either way, those are the two, I think, deciding factors on when they're seeking swim spa capacity, right? So, and then you've got just peace of mind. It can be. This is what we've learned with hot water hydrotherapy. It does a lot of things for people's peace of mind, but for medicinal reasons, we're talking, can help with diabetes. It can help with weight loss. It can help with just mental stress, and that relief. It can go a long way in helping with those other aspects of life. So it just brings so much to the table from that perspective, peace of mind, knowing that you're going to get a great start to the day. Or, some people may get up and do this early in the morning before they get off to work. Or a lot of times people will come home and get in it in the evenings, and it gives them that peaceful rest at night. So,
Right.
you've got that ability to choose what you want and how you want it to be used for. So,
And all in the same body of water.
absolutely.
Which is cool.
Absolutely. The flexibility of a swim spa
Yeah.
is profound in what it brings to the table.
So you were talking about the spa piece of the swim spa, with the seats where, say I'm just wanting to soak and relax and that sort of thing. Are you getting the same type of jets that you would in a different, smaller,
Like
just
a traditional
spa?
spa, sure, absolutely. So that's what I was relating to earlier, because in a swim spa, because they have this massive bank of jets that's going to give that current for the swim capacity. You also have anywhere from 20, 30 jets in either a bucket seat or a lounge seat or whatever in the other end of the spa to give you that hydrotherapy. So yes, traditional jets are still implemented into a swim spa to give you the hydrotherapy.
Yeah, which is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you're not missing out.
You're not. You're getting, again, it's kind of like, I feel good now. I've relaxed against this. Now I'm wanting to swim.
Yeah.
And so, I'm doing it in the same body of water. And
Yeah.
so it's just that capacity, it makes it easy.
Yeah. And like you said, adjustable, flexible. It's just so much. One of the other things that I know, especially for first time, people that are coming in and saying, this is something I think that would be good for me and the size of our yard and our lifestyle, things to be fantastic. But what if I move? Can
great question.
Is it portable at all? This is a very large,
It is.
large thing to move.
The other great benefit to a swim spa is the portability. Absolutely. So you're not just investing. So people can be transient. Obviously they may just move from one part of the city to the next, or they may be moving out of state. Either way, the units are totally self-contained. So that makes them portable. And the word portable with hydrotherapy, swimming, just when you can combine all that together, it just makes it very appealing.
Yeah. I mean, it's an investment. And so,
Sure.
you want to take it with you.
That's a great point, Dee. I think anybody who is investing in themselves when it comes to just peace of mind or wellness, they want to say, okay, can I continue to use that if I move? It's portable. You can take it with you. Absolutely. Obviously, a swim spa versus a traditional spa requires a little more effort, but can be done. So that's the beauty of knowing that peace of mind when you make that investment. I can take it with me if I move.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that is peace of mind right there. Absolutely. And the final thing I want to talk about before we wrap up is, I'm thinking about, okay, we've got all these great benefits and this is the one I know is going to fit in my backyard and this is going to be the best for us. What about the design? Are there any sort of like lighting features that I might want to look at or design features that, might say this fits my aesthetic as
Sure.
well?
And I think all consumers have discerning taste, right? In anything they're purchasing, whether it's a swim spa or a car or whatever it may be, they may say, well, I love that swim spa. But I want to be able to have, a set of steps that's traditionally designed for the swim spa, or I want a certain type of lighting, or I want a certain type of control system, or I want it to be able to have the capacity to take the cover on and off easily. So yeah, absolutely, the accessories can be a big part of the decision making as well, and all those, all of the above are available, right? So I think if someone's come in and they've either seen something online that they like or whatever, inquire about it, because 9 times out of 10, we're going to have that feature available on any swim spa that we offer as well. So yes, lighting is obviously a big deal. Again, the controls and the capacity that those controls have when it comes to Bluetooth capability, that's a great accessory feature, because, if you were going to be at work and you wanted to didn't have the temperature up in the spa, but you wanted to turn that temperature up, say an hour before you come home, you have that capability now. So having even the remote piece of being able to operate your hot tub is another great feature when it comes to the swim spa. So yeah, all of the above when it comes to accessories and what consumers are looking for to make it even that much simpler for ownership.
Yeah. That design piece and accessory piece is so important, I think, when you're putting together your backyard
Sure.
oasis, really.
That's right.
I mean, because, you've got in mind, I want all of these things to sort of work together if possible.
Seamlessly, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if it's seamless and it's easy at the same time, that's what people are looking for, convenience. And so if you can have a one-stop shop in your hot tub, you're going to get the hydrotherapy, the swim capacity. You can control it remotely. Have those features that are important to your lifestyle. We've got them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. Final question is about the maintenance and the service for a swim spa. Is that different than what I'm doing for the pool or the other spa?
Great question. Excuse me. No. Again, the beauty of that is just that, say a traditional hot tub or spa versus a traditional swim spa, basically it's just the water capacity, right? So the features are virtually the same. It's just a larger body of water. So, so from a maintenance perspective, there's a little bit of change, only because you got a larger body of water.
Right.
But when it comes to all the theory is the same. So you just got a larger body of water. Requires a little more maintenance, just because it may require a little more balancing chemicals. But when it comes to maintaining the body of water, it's the same.
Yeah, and I'm still going to get my water tested.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right. And so we recommend to people bodies of water that are warmer. In other words, spas, hot tubs can be a little more volatile, because once you reach a certain temperature, that water is a little more unstable. So we really encourage consumers to have that body of water tested excuse me, tested a little more often than say they would in their pool, just because of the hot water volatility. And so not harder to maintain it, just you want to be more conscious of it,
right?
Because we want to make sure those all those basic things are being taken care of. So yes, water samples brought in, let us test the water, every 4 to 6 weeks. It's kind of the theory we use. We believe that that's a good mantra for any body of water. If you're having it tested professionally 6-7 times a year, then you're keeping your thumb on it. So yeah. So to answer the question, no, the theory is all the same, just a little bit bigger body of water.
Yeah. And I love that, you can just drop off your water sample right here at the front door.
You can.
Either location,
we
is
have
great.
the water sample boxes out front. So if you're on your way to work and we haven't opened yet, you can drop it off. Just make sure you put your information on the bottle, and we're glad to test it. You make the phone call later, pick up whatever you may need, and on your way home. And so we make it as convenient as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do I sign up? Do I give you a credit card now for the
you
swim
can,
spa?
absolutely. We take credit card. We have 100% financing available as well. So we take most forms of payment when it comes to any swim spas that we offer. So yeah.
Make it easy breezy.
Easy breezy. We'll take it over the phone.
That's right. Even better.
That's right.
That's right. It really is such a great selection, just of all the things, pools, swim spas, if you're looking for that perfect fit in your yard. I mean, goodness, there's so many things. And I love that, you can walk in and look at all these models too.
Yeah, we have all that on display too.
Yeah.
So that's, anybody that's going to make that kind of investment, we feel like it's important to be able to see, touch, and feel, right? So if you can kind of get a better feel for what you're investing in, it is a benefit. So yeah, we keep probably anywhere from 12 to 15 in each one of our locations on display. So having that to be able to see and touch is important. So come by, the hours 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturday. So we're here pretty much most of the time.
Yeah, and of course, knowledgeable team, always ready to help you out and answer all of your questions, which
That's
is
right.
wonderful. You can see both locations and the links in the show notes of this episode. So make sure you check it out. Stop by Claxton where we are today, or stop by in Savannah. Either way, you're going to find really, really great a great team member to help you out and making all these decisions. Marshall, I'm relaxed just talking to you. This is
I kind of got relaxed too.
I
Thanks,
did
Dee.
too. Yeah, this has been good. Thank you for everything. This has been a great conversation.
Absolutely glad to do it, and look forward to being able to provide peace of mind in people's backyards. So backyard family fun, here we are.
That's it.
Yep.
Let the celebrations continue. The team at Pride Pools is excited to give you a huge anniversary special. Actually, 3 of them. To celebrate 50 years all year long, you can get up to $10,000 in savings on 3 anniversary fiberglass pools. There are 3 sizes to choose from: the backyard size, the family size, and the fun size. How cool is that? So stop by the Claxton or Savannah locations of Pride Pools or go to pridepools.com for more information. Thanks for listening. Come by and meet your local pool and spa experts in Claxton on Highway 280 West or in Savannah on Gateway Boulevard South, or go to pridepools.com. If you love backyard family fun as much as we do, be sure to give us a rating and review and subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you have a question or topic you'd love for us to cover, drop us an email, info@pridepools.com, or tap the links for Facebook or Instagram in the show notes of this episode. We'd love to hear from you. Now let's go make a splash and have some backyard family fun.